Hey guys, this is Paulina, and in this grammar video, we are going to have a look at the modal verbs. Modal verbs have a number of different functions. Today, we will have a look at modal verbs of ability, permission and requests, prohibition, obligation or no obligation, and advice and past regrets. So, when and why do we use modal verbs? Look at the different phrases with modal verbs. Match the function to the correct speech bubble. The first is done for you. I can't speak much German, but I was able to say a few words to my new German neighbor when I met her last Friday. I might be able to practice more now. Here we are using modal verbs to talk about ability. Which speech bubble shows us no obligation? The pink one. You don't have to wear a school uniform here. How about prohibition? The turquoise one. Yeah, we weren't allowed and you mustn't skate. How about past regrets? The brown one. I shouldn't have argued. Advice? Yep, the purple one. You ought to speak more clearly when you talk in public. Should I do the same? What about obligation? Yep, the orange one. You must work harder at school. I had to speak to your teacher 3 times this trimester. You will need to have an extra class if you want to pass the exam. Or extra classes. Which speech bubble shows permission? Yep, the blue one. You can, you are allowed to. And finally, which speech bubble shows the request? The last one, the green one. Would you call my mom to pick me up, please? I don't feel well. So, we use can, can't, could, couldn't, be able to for ability. We use was able to, not could, for ability for a single event in the past. We use be able to after another modal verb. I might be able to practice more now. We use may, can, be allowed to, be permitted to, for permission. We use could or was, were, allowed, permitted to for general permission in the past. For specific events, we use was, were, allowed, permitted to. May and be permitted to are more formal, okay? We use don't have to, haven't got to, don't need to or needn't for a lack of obligation. And we use shouldn't have, the past participle, for past regrets. We use mustn't, may not, can't, not be allowed, permitted to, for prohibition. For prohibition in the past, we use couldn't or weren't allowed, permitted to. We use must, have to, have got to, need to for obligation. We use have to or need to for past or future forms. We use should, shouldn't, ought not to, had better not to give advice. We use should to ask for advice. And we use will or would for requests. Would sounds more formal. Alright, we've had a look at the use. Let's have a look at the verb. What form follows the modal verbs? Look at all the example sentences with modal or semi-modal verbs again. What form of the verb follows them? E.g., for example, I can swim, you ought to speak, you don't have to wear. Past participle, infinitive, is it verb plus ing? What is it? It's infinitive. Now look at this example again. It's a past modal to express past regret. What form of the verb follows shouldn't have? Past participle. So, we use modal verbs with verb plus infinitive and past modals should have plus past participle. Verb in infinitive means verb without to. I can swim, I ought to go. Some examples of past participles are be, been, eat, eaten, have, had. I'm sure you know them all. The auxiliary verb in past modal, have, is weak here. When we speak, we don't pronounce it much. We don't pronounce the h at the beginning. We say should have, okay? Let's practice. Use a modal verb plus the correct form of the verbs in brackets to complete the gaps. Some of the modals might be negative or the sentence could be in the past, so look at the context carefully. Let's do the first one together. My sister Banana football really well. I'm not very good at it, but with her help I might Banana in the future. So my sister can play football really well and I might be able to improve. If you want to think about this exercise, please pause the video now because I'm going to tell you the answers for the next sentences in a few seconds. We, Banana, shopping alone when we went to Paris on a school trip last year. We weren't allowed to go shopping alone. Yeah? I'm so tired today, I cannot concentrate. I shouldn't have gone to bed so late last night. Sit down, you don't have to wash the dishes. I'll do it later. What do you think? Should I cut my hair? My best friends had to do some extra homework when they were badly behaved at school. Could you speak or would you speak to the teacher for me? We mustn't eat chewing gum at school. And that's everything for today. If you have any doubts, watch this video again, have a look at the grammar reference at the end of your book, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me during our next lesson. Thank you very much for watching this video. Bye!